trails always felt just a little off. I thought it was just a spooky legend, the kind of thing locals tell to keep people away. But one cloudy afternoon, I decided to see it for myself. The trail started normal enough, winding through tall pines and thick underbrush. But as I climbed higher, the air changed. It was still, too still, and I started hearing faint murmurs. At first, I thought it was just the wind, but soon, I could swear the whispers were saying my name. "Don't psych yourself out," I told myself, but the whispers didn't stop. They got louder. By the time I reached the summit, it felt like the air was alive, buzzing with voices. I tried to look out at the view, but the fog was so thick I couldn't see a thing. That's when I heard it. A laugh. Soft, like it came from right behind me. I spun around, but no one was there. Then I saw something through the fog. A figure standing on the edge of the cliff. It looked like me. I froze, staring at this thing. It turned, smiled, and stepped off the edge. My stomach dropped, but when I ran to look, there was no one there. Just silence. I hurried back down the trail, but the whispers followed me. To this day, I can't hike without hearing them, like they're still trying to pull me back. I've always loved hiking alone. It's peaceful, a way to escape. That's why I chose the old pine trail. It was quiet, untouched, and supposedly haunted. Perfect, right? The first few hours were great. The weather was perfect, and the trail was beautiful. But then I noticed something strange. I kept passing the same clearing, over and over. At first, I thought I'd made a wrong turn, but no matter which path I took, I'd end up back there. A huge fallen tree marked the spot, and I couldn't miss it. I tried to stay calm, but the sun was setting, and my phone had no signal. That's when I heard footsteps. Relief washed over me. I wasn't alone. "Hello?" I called out, but no one answered. The footsteps stopped, then started again, circling me. I ran, taking random turns, desperate to get away. Finally, I found myself in a small campsite. Relief turned to confusion when I saw what was there. My backpack, my jacket, and my notebook. But I hadn't been there before. I picked up the notebook, and my heart sank. Page after page, it was filled with entries I didn't remember writing, all in my handwriting. The last one read, "You can't leave." I dropped the notebook and turned, only to see someone standing at the edge of the firelight. It was me. They smiled and whispered, "Took you long enough." I was hiking in a remote area, miles from the nearest road, when I got caught in a sudden storm. The rain was relentless, and I was soaked in minutes. That's when I saw it, a small cabin tucked into the trees. I didn't remember seeing it on the map, but I was desperate for shelter. The door was unlocked, so I went inside. It was dusty and dark, with a single chair, a table, and a fireplace that looked like it hadn't been used in years. I lit a fire, feeling a little guilty about breaking in, but I told myself I'd leave as soon as the storm passed. That's when I saw the journal on the table. It looked old, the leather cover cracked and worn. I opened it, curious, and froze when I read the first line. "Someone is in the cabin." I laughed nervously, thinking it was some kind of joke, but the next page described someone sitting by the fire, just like me. My chest tightened as I flipped through more pages. Everyone described exactly what I was doing, right down to the way I'd just wiped rain off my jacket. The last page was blank, except for a single sentence written in fresh ink. "They're standing behind you." I didn't turn around. I ran out into the storm and didn't stop until I reached my car. When I looked back toward the woods, the cabin was gone.